Hey, good morning to you. Mark again in WeatherMan Plus. Good afternoon if you're watching this in the afternoon. Happy Sunday to you all. Hope you have a great day today. We have a few things going on as well as some very bad air quality due to the smoke and some warnings for this heat as well. But this next pattern that we're still going through, guys, for the next few days is going to continue to bring severe weather to the southeast and the mid-Atlantic. If you've never been here before, hello, my name is Mark. I do upload every single day, just not Friday from sundown to Saturday from sundown. That's Sabbath. But make sure you hit the subscribe button because I am all year around. Now, this next pattern we in is going to be a very high ridge like this, like it's been doing, and it's going to continue to go southern, stay in the southeast, and head to the northeast with the storms. And this is going to continue for a few days. It's going to bring colder temperatures and severe weather to the southeast and the mid-Atlantic. It's going to bring some storms to the northwest. There's going to be some flash flood warnings and watches also for the western side. But we also have some heat advisories for Oregon as well. And we have some flash flood watch and air quality alerts for northern Idaho, Montana. We also have it for Wyoming, Colorado, and as well as Minnesota and Wisconsin. This is mostly because of the smoke coming from Canada from wildfires. Air quality alert is a pretty serious thing. For Wisconsin, it's all the way till noon today, but for Minnesota, it's all the way till the 3rd, till 3 p.m. The air quality index is expected to reach the purple or very unhealthy category, especially for Wisconsin and Minnesota. Minnesota is going to last even longer. Now, from Minnesota, it's all the way till 3 p.m. on Tuesday. The risk of health effects is increased for everyone. It's not just people with asthma. This high pressure will build over the area for Sunday and remain over the area from Monday into Tuesday morning as well. So smoke will recirculate under the high pressure and it will lead to prolonged heavy smoke. So you got to watch out for your air quality, especially for Minnesota. Fine particle levels are expected to reach the purple category, a level considered very unhealthy for everyone across north central and south central Minnesota. Now, these particle levels are expected to reach the red category, a level considered unhealthy for everyone across northern and central Minnesota. Sensitive groups such as people with lung disease, including asthma, heart disease, and children and older adults should avoid all physical activities outdoors. The general public should avoid prolonged or heavy exertion. So you really is telling you to stay inside, especially for Colorado. Colorado has this problem as well. Your public health recommendations is if smoke is thick or becomes thick in your neighborhood, you may want to remain indoors. This is especially true for those with heart disease, respiratory illness, the very young, and the elderly. Consider limiting outdoor activity when moderate to heavy smoke is present. Consider relocating temporarily if smoke is present indoors and is making you ill. And this is for Colorado. Plus, the heat indices are back in the south, guys, and it will be moving to the west very shortly. Now, as far as Texas, Louisiana, southern Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, parts of Georgia, parts of South Carolina, and parts of North Carolina. All this red section, and parts of Florida, all this red section is expected the heat indices to get up to 110 today with the heat indices. And this northern Louisiana section is expected to get up to 115. So you got to watch out for the heat indices. I'm showing this will go on for a couple of days. For today, your outlook is marginal severe weather in this green as well as the northeast. You do have some passing by, mostly the intercoastal, and then it's going to turn into rain later. I will show you. And you have a slight risk here for edges of South Carolina, North Carolina, and parts of Virginia. That's because as this high ridge is going on the East Coast, it is going to be spitting out some rotations, and it will get some vorticity. This will put two different wind level directions, and this could give you a possible chance for tornadoes for today. You have 2% in the green, and you have 5% in this brown. As well as the wind. It is expecting some wind with it. I did find 30 and 40 miles per hour wind gusts, but there's a couple rogue cells that is going through the south and the mid-Atlantic, and for tomorrow it's going to be even lower in the south as this cold front keeps pushing further and further south. Now, if you look at your wind gusts right around 3 p.m., you can see you get a couple rogue cells with 40 miles per hour in it in the North Carolina, and you will get some also coming from Arkansas with 40 and 50 miles per hour winds that will carry over into the south. And right when you get into the 5 o'clock hour, that's when you're going to get a lot on the mid-Atlantic, and you're going to get a couple of rogues up to 65 miles per hour wind gusts for Alabama, Georgia, portions of Arkansas, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, as these pass by tonight into tomorrow. And you see how it carries over. These are just a few rogue cells, so it's not a big threat. Right when you get into tomorrow, you have a couple rogue cells with 50 miles per hour winds in them passing through, and this one gets powerful. It looks like 68. So I do believe tomorrow that this will grow to a little marginal section, as well as the mid-Atlantic, because these do carry over with some very strong wind gusts in them. But as for right now, this is your thunderstorm outlook for tomorrow. But I do believe that you will get a marginal section right here in the south because of these cells bringing the 55 to 60 something miles per hour wind gusts in them. This pattern is going to continue on Tuesday. You got the same thing, same area. It's going to last for a few days. As far as timing on your thunderstorms, when you go through this morning all the way to about 10 o'clock in the morning, you have a 10% in all this brown. When you get around 10, 11 o'clock all the way to about 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon, then you're going to have higher chances of severe thunderstorms. That's all in this blue section, up to 40% in these sections. And then late this afternoon, about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, all the way to about 7 o'clock tonight, it will grow on the western side for some thunderstorm possibilities, as well as southern Texas and the southeast and the mid-Atlantic. So this will go all evening long. It will get worse as the evening goes along for the southeast and the mid-Atlantic. Your excessive rainfall outlook for today, you're in the marginal in the green, and you are in a slight risk in these yellow sections. For tomorrow, it's going to be more of the same. You're going to have it for the southeast, southern Florida in the marginal, and you are in a slight risk down here for heavy rainfall. Plus, you have it for the west as well. You have slight areas for heavy rainfall because of this high ridge going down to this deep trough, bringing all this moisture and all this heat over there, creating these thunderstorms. Heat does create lift. And for Tuesday, it's going to carry more into the southeast and mid-Atlantic and be heavier now for South Carolina and North Carolina, as well as the Four Corners. You do have a slight risk area for heavy rainfall on Tuesday. You can see here on your infrared, as you go from 7 o'clock in the morning, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, it's somewhat okay. But once you hit 11, 12 o'clock, and 1 o'clock in the afternoon, now you're getting bursting up of storms going all the way from Arkansas and portions of Texas all the way across to the Carolinas. And this will burst up all afternoon long as this cold front keeps pushing south and you have these very hot heat indices. So it will burst up some storms this afternoon for Texas as all this starts pushing offshore for the mid-Atlantic with their tornado threat that they have for today. All night long it'll somewhat calm down. Then as you go into tomorrow, it's going to burst up again because this cold front is going even deeper now. And now for the south and the southeast, you will have storms for tomorrow. And there is some nasty little cells in those with 50 to 60 miles per hour wind gusts. When you look at AO from the Euro, the Arctic Oscillation, you can see that we're going on the up path from this cold air coming down to about the 2nd, right about tomorrow. Then it's going to come right back down again on the 4th and go even deeper into our country all the way to the 9th, maybe the 10th. So this will happen again, this pattern. They'll go to the southeast and there'll be more storms again. Matter of fact, the GFS shows this also, but it also shows that there's going to be another one sometime around mid-August, where we're going to have another dip of this cold air and it will create storms once again for the southeast. Now this morning it's not reaching way far into our country. It's going about halfway. People waking up in the high 50s to the low 60s, with the south being in the 70s and 80s. And when you get to your highs today, it's not really super high. You have some areas of 90s in the south. You can see this line where it goes from high 70s all the way to mid to high 90s. And there's a big strong line right here going right across North Carolina, Virginia. Even southern portions of southeast Maryland and Delaware will get into this. Even maybe southern New Jersey. And that's mainly because of all these dew points. These dew points are pretty strong. It's 70 and 80%. And all the southeast is high 70s, all the way to the mid-Atlantic, all the way to halfway up Virginia and southern portions of Delaware and Maryland. So this will bring heat indices and very hot temperatures for today. Heat indices for today is going to be over 100 for the south and the southeast. So it will be very hot, feel-like temperatures. It's even going to reach all the way down to northern Bahamas, feeling like 100 degrees today. Now for tomorrow, this is going to continue. It's going to get a little bit colder in the mid-Atlantic and the Ohio Valley because it's going to go even deeper into our country. And this is going to shove the severe weather even closer towards the coast, the Gulf Coast states. The Gulf Coast states are pretty much going to see the severe weather for tomorrow because of this. There will be a couple rogue cells that I showed you that will be passing through. Once again, it's on a very high ridge, so it will bring the rain and the storms to the mid-Atlantic again. And here's your highs for tomorrow, and you can see it going all the way down and reaching all the way up to Virginia, southeast Delaware, Maryland. For tomorrow, it's going to be suppressed very good with this cold air coming down. It's going even deeper. So your heat indices is really on the coast of the Gulf states. So everybody on the coast will be over 100, while everybody else is going to be, feels like they're in the 80s. So it's really going to affect this, especially the severe weather. It's going to push even further south. Now, when you look at your 6 to 10 day outlook, you can see you are well below average temperatures in the south and the southeast. And that's because of this cold front coming down, as well as the northwest. You're going to feel that as well. But with this high ridge, is going to put very above average temperatures in the Midwest. And this will carry over a little more to the west coast after the 6 days. Now, the 8 to 14 day outlook, you're still below average in Texas, but everybody else is pretty much in the average. You're above average for the Midwest all the way to the Northeast, so it will be warmer for y'all. As well as the West Coast. Now you're going to be getting to above average temperatures than what you're used to this time of year. You go to look at your temperatures for next Monday, so you can see past the 6 day outlook. You can see now that the South, the Deep South, even the Central U.S. are all over 100-degree temperatures. And this is going to sit here for a while because of the high ridge. Heat indices are going to be off the chart next Monday. Not only going to be over 100, 105 for all these areas, but now it's stretching all the way up to Wisconsin and Michigan with over 100-degree feels like temperatures with this heat indices. And that's all because of this jet stream. It's going all the way down, making a big trough, making a high ridge on the East Coast. That's bringing y'all severe weather as well. But at the same time, it's got this high ridge right here, bringing all this heat and moisture. And this will continue to move to the east. So will these temperatures. Next Tuesday, you're going to be over 100 degrees still for the central and the south. But with the heat indices for next Tuesday, it's going to continue into Mississippi, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, western Tennessee, western Mississippi. It's going to continue feeling this heat index with your heat indices of over 100. By next Thursday, this is where the big temperatures come in for the West Coast once again. You got Washington, Oregon, California, all very hot temperatures, even up to 113 for California. But you have Oregon 105, you have Washington over 105, and this is just your temperatures. And by next Saturday, the temperatures are still going to be lingering for the Northwest and the West Coast and the Southwest. So you got to watch out because y'all have another heat spill coming. Now for the Northeast, you will have storms starting around 11, 12 o'clock, and it will bring some pretty good storms. But right around 6 p.m., 7, and 8 p.m., that's when it's going to die down dramatically. And it's not going to be no more of a severe weather event. It'll just be some rain that's coming by as this loops very to a high ridge, and it's going to miss pretty much Long Beach, Connecticut. It's going to miss y'all and just go right up towards Vermont, New Hampshire, and just bring rainfall to them, northern Maine. When you get about 10 o'clock in the morning, you got southeast Maryland, you got Delaware, and you're getting an upper level low that turns it to a surface low. That means you're getting a lot of vorticity right there as these two high pressures are squeezing. So with that vorticity coming, it's going to be pulling now the air from the south to the north. And your winds are going from the west to the east. So you have westerly winds at the 850 millibar level. That's why you have a tornado threat mainly on the edge of Virginia, southeast Delaware, Maryland. It's because you have all these vortices that's going to be coming along all throughout the day, creating this different wind direction. And your winds at 850 millibar level are westerly winds. They're going from the west to the east the whole time. The winds on a 10-meter level is pulling up this vorticity from these two high pressures squeezing each other. Now you're getting some winds, some southerly winds. They're going from the south to the north as this keeps creating this vorticity along this area this afternoon mostly. And it gets worse as the later evening goes along and it squeezes even tighter. These two different directions in winds going from the south to the north, up above going from west to east, will give you a directional shear. That's why you have a tornado threat, mostly for North Carolina and parts of Virginia. This could carry into southern Maryland as well. And you can see these storms brew up. You get to 7, 8 o'clock this morning, it starts getting some storms right about 11, 12, and 1 o'clock this afternoon. That's going to be where everything smashes down and creates all this vorticity, all this squeezing, all this very extreme atmosphere that you're going to be in. You can see the storms blow up even bigger as your evening goes along to 6, 7 o'clock. Then it finally moves offshore. So for a while there, it will be around southeast Maryland, Virginia, and North Carolina. It mostly will be along the coast, but it will get volatile very quickly. And you can see where the highest Cape values are down here and how it stretches just along the coast of North Carolina and Virginia. And as you get your daytime heatings, it's going to be worse. A little bit of South Carolina, and then you got mostly the coast of North Carolina and portions of Virginia we'll be getting some of this energy as it heats up today. But it's not a big area, but it is pretty volatile for that little bit of area it's in. So something could definitely pop up out of this. When you look at your shear, you can see as your morning goes along, it starts strengthening up a little bit for Maryland and Delaware. But as you get in towards 1 and 2 p.m., then it starts getting really strong with a couple rogue cells that could happen. You see this shear right here? That's very strong shear that's causing its own shear. So this could very easily be a rogue cell that comes around 2 p.m. that you need to worry about. And they are kind of back to back for North Carolina. That whole area is just volatile, as well as 5 p.m. You have cells all evening long that could stir up to a tornado. So just keep your mind focused on that this could happen this evening. As far as the strength of the significant tornado perimeters, you can see it's not a whole bunch of area. All the way from noon all the way till 4 o'clock this afternoon, 5 o'clock, it's mostly going to be a North Carolina problem with the biggest chances for a significant tornado to pop off. But it definitely is going to be an afternoon issue. As far as southeast Delaware, Maryland, or parts of Virginia, you're going to be earlier today. You're going to be first. And then these storms are going to stay, because your cold air coming down, it's going to stay more southern into North Carolina for the rest of the evening. For the south, you're going to have some storms today as well. Once you get around 10, 11, and 12 o'clock, that's pretty much your strongest Cape values that you have as far as updraft convection going on. So a chance for your storms to get really serious. And once you hit around 2, 3, and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, then it'll start calming down, and you just have a couple sections that you need to worry about. I did see some rogue cells that could fly in there. And then for tomorrow, it'd be more like along the coast. It'd be more southern with these storms, and it'd be more like coastal states having problems with this severe weather. It won't last long because there's cold air coming through. But you do have a threat for tomorrow as well. I do believe that will be picked up a little bit to a marginal. You can see the storms here right when you get around 12 and 1 o'clock. You start getting some storms up brewing across the south and the southeast, while the mid-Atlantic starts getting theirs this afternoon. But you do have some blow-ups of some severe weather that does happen. It does have some rogue cells in there that does have 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts that I did pick up, and it will go all evening long. And then tomorrow morning, once again, 11 o'clock in the morning, you're going to have storms brew up and then go all the way to the southeast as this cold air comes down and smashes down into the south and dissipates all the storms. But for a moment, you will have some severe weather you need to worry about. I do believe that this will be picked up to a marginal for tomorrow, mainly from Louisiana to Georgia. In North Carolina, I did pick up around 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You will start getting some long-lived cells that will be passing through your area, some of them with some nasty little hail cores you need to worry about. And this will go all the way until 7 p.m. with these storms as it push offshore. So some of them are long-lived, and that is a good chance for a tornado when they stay together like that for so long. And here's a closer look right around 3 p.m. for today. They're going to start around Raleigh. Then when you get around 4 p.m., it's going to be a little more northern, but spread out all the way to southern North Carolina. And then when 5 and 6 p.m. comes, it's still going to be going past Greenville and Jacksonville. And it'll be done around 7 p.m. with any threats. Everything else is going to move south as the cold air pushes it down. And I'm still showing heavy amounts of rainfall. This is from GFS for the next 5 days. You can see it come across all the way on the deep trough, going to the southern states and hit the edge of the mid-Atlantic. And it's showing you still could get up to 6 inches for mostly the coastal of North Carolina. So you got to watch out for some heavier rainfall. The rest of this is all 1 to 3 with spots of 4 inches. The 10-day outlook shows exactly still the same. You have more rainfall around the rest of the country, but now it's showing up to a chance for 8 and 9 inches for North Carolina and the east coast of South Carolina to get 8 or 9 inches as well. So the GFS is showing heavy amounts, and the Euro is also. And as far as the southeast, it's going to be hit and miss, but there's heavier rainfall coming mostly for the southeast and the mid-Atlantic. The Euro for the next 5 days confirms this. It will be somewhat a heavier rainfall, and it will be worse for the southeast and the mid-Atlantic, but the Euro is showing it will get into southeast Maryland and southern Delaware and southern New Jersey with the rainfall. It will be a high ridge. The Euro always took it closer towards inland. GFS took it more over the water. So this is only according to the Euro for Delaware, Maryland, and Jersey. The 10-day outlook just shows the pattern continues, and now you have very heavy rainfall from northern Florida, southern Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, edges of Virginia, southeast Maryland, portions of Delaware, and heavier for northern New Jersey and southeast New York. So it's saying that these storms will ride this high ridge all the way up to the coast. as far as how much rainfall you're going to get, it all depends on the time of day. If these storms keep brewing and it does tighten up towards the coast, it will reach far as long as it's early in the day. But if it starts later in the evening, then it's not going to reach just high because of the cold front coming down, killing all the instability in the air. All right, guys, so I'm going to play this so you can see this in motion as well as the northeast. You will see your weather, and you'll see everything that I just pretty much told you in play. At the same time, thank you again for visiting my channel. Hope you have a very blessed day today. If you enjoyed the forecast, do me a favor, hit that like button. I'll do more severe weather for you. Start this over. And today we are going on with our Revelation reading. And today is Revelation 5. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on a throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book, and to loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, hath prevailed to open the book, and to loose the 7 seals thereof. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth. And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of saints. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book, and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain, and hast redeemed us to God by the blood out of every kindred, and tongue, and people, and nation. And hast made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beast, and the elders. And the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and thousands of thousands. Saying with a loud voice, Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power, and riches, and wisdom, and strength, and honor, and glory, and blessing. And every creature which is in heaven, and on the earth, and under the earth, and such as are in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I saying, Blessing, and honor, and glory, and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb forever and ever. And the 4 beasts said, Amen. And the 24 elders fell down and worshipped him that liveth forever and ever. Amen. God bless you all. I hope you have a very great Sunday out there. It's a pretty beautiful day. Some problems, but I'm loving it. I'm alive. Be thankful for that. Everything else is easy. All glory does go to Yahweh, God of Jacob. Amen. Hallelujah, guys. Hope you have a very great day. I will see you in the morning.